indeed, and welcome into the guest room. We are excited to have you. This is a trivia podcast where we play guessing games. That's why we called it the guest room. I'm your host, Mike. That's Kevin over there.
Run.
That's Andy.
Bass.
That's KD.
Go. Like the fish?
It's like a Dr. Seuss book.
Run best fisherman, maybe?
Run, Bass, go.
Yeah, like go dogs go.
There's not much that we're worse at than making a three-word
I was
sentence.
really focused on bass before this got started, so I had to go with it.
How often does that happen to you? You're like, God, sorry, I was really focused on bass.
How does one become focused on bass?
I had to pick a word and go with it.
You've just been focusing on that word for the last,
30 seconds.
like this is going to be my word?
Yeah.
You just can't find a word when you hear another word?
It's pressure, man.
Whew, that's a word?
Ooh, worst superhero ever. Pressure Man.
No. Don't get me started on that again.
You are Iron Man.
Banana
I
Man.
am Iron Man.
Yeah.
Well, hello, listeners. Thank you for joining us today here in the guest room. We've got a great show for you today, but number one, before we get anywhere else, I want to remind you guys we debuted a new game last episode, and we will be continuing it. So this is until we have a better title, called the Secret Phrase Game, where one of the hosts will be assigned a secret phrase, and they have to work it in sometime during the episode. Your task is to figure out who's that host and what's their secret phrase. Once you've decided what your guess will be, you submit your guess to theguestroompodcast@gmail.com, and we will reveal who was, who the host was and what the phrase was. If you're correct or if you're incorrect, please get that guess into us by the following week's episode. So if this one comes out on a Monday, please get it to us by the following Monday. At the end of the month, everyone who got an answer correct in the old secret phrase game will be entered into a drawing, and one lucky listener will receive a piece of guest room branded merch. So we invite you to play along. The phrase has not yet been uttered, so starting now, get your
It might be.
listening ears on.
It could be.
It will be.
You will.
Yo, great Sky High reference.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
All right,
I've only
Kelly
heard
Preston.
other people say you will. Guys, I had a dilemma a week ago. I want to see what you guys think about it.
All right.
So, I was traveling for work a long previous time, but last week.
You have a job outside of the guest room?
I do. Yeah. I mean, someone's got to support this, right? I had 5 days left in my trip, and I had brought 5 pairs of underwear with me. 4 were dirty, and I was wearing 1, right?
So
wait.
when did you...
You were on day 0, right?
Yeah.
You were wearing one of the 4 pairs that were dirty?
No. I was wearing the last clean one.
You're on a trip or you're planning for a trip?
I was. This is last week.
Okay, that has no meaning to me.
What do you mean?
He was on a trip.
I was on a
Okay.
trip. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dilemma was that if I wash,
What happens if you poop your pants?
didn't cross my mind. If I wash 4 pairs, that means that I will not have enough to last me until the day I come home.
Why are they called pairs, by the way? Sorry.
I think there's 2 legs.
They used to be 2
there's 2 legs.
pieces, and you would have to button them together once you put them on.
Is that true?
like vertically? Because I'm not much of a gymnast.
Anyway, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Please proceed. Sorry.
Yeah. So if I washed the 4 dirty pairs, then I would not have enough to get me until like my last day that I was gone. So I had some options. I want to know what you think I did and what you would have done. Okay. So one option is to wash 4 pairs and do laundry again before I leave.
That seems reasonable.
One is to wash 4 pairs and rewear a pair. Another one is to...
Question before you continue.
Yeah.
When you rewear it, are you just in the car on the way home by yourself?
That would be the last day.
Okay.
And then an option is to go commando while doing laundry, allowing me to avoid doing laundry again, or to go commando for an entire day
While doing your job? That's
or driving.
I mean, that's my favorite option. I don't know if that's what you did.
So what do you think I did? And what would you have done?
Yeah, I definitely would have gone commando for the laundry set.
The laundry doing portion.
Yeah.
I would have chosen another option that you didn't mention, which is somehow justify
Buying more underwear.
justify the washing, the second washing by only washing some of my underwear and some of my clothes the first time. That way, I have some more to wash the second time.
I would have just planned my trip before I left to have more underwear than days that I was gone.
I think
I was gone for 21 days.
Sounds like a personal problem.
yeah. It sounds like you should have brought more underwear.
I guess that's
so
the solution I didn't know of.
I think what you did is go commando while doing laundry.
I think you wore a dirty player. You did not wear a dirty player.
Did not.
You wore a dirty pair on the way home.
Mike, what do you think I did?
I think you wore a dirty pair. I don't know if it was the way home or some other day, but I think you wore a dirty pair.
I went commando while doing laundry.
Oh, okay.
How many points do I get?
Reasonable.
I think your reward is that you get to go first
Okay.
in this episode.
I think the question to our listeners is: was that the phrase? I went commando while doing that.
Very elaborate setup. I'll give you that.
to be fair, we all said that, right?
By the way, on this episode, we are going to be playing a round of Jeopardy, which we call on this podcast a Jeopardy. And this particular episode has been prepared by KD. So, KD, why don't you walk us through your categories?
All right. Category number 1 is federal and religious holidays. Seems pretty straightforward, I guess.
Rosh Hashanah.
Looks can be deceiving.
I guess.
That's true. Second one is famous buildings.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, called.
Third one is Bible Man. This is a callback to Mike's category. So those will be these will be headlines, like Florida Man headlines, and you tell me who the Bible Man is. Next one is presidential quotes. So in this one, I'm going to quote a president, and on some of them, I'm going to give you some context around the quote to help you out. Next category is gods and goddesses.
No, too many S's, right?
No, that's right. You got it.
You did it right. Yeah. And the last one is Guyanagrams. Now, I don't expect you to know things inside of Guyana. I don't know things inside of Guyana.
That might be the most honest thing KD's ever uttered.
No way.
That?
I don't know things inside of Guyana.
I thought it was
Or is it-
pronounced Guyana.
Is
In the
It
song,
might be.
In the song we learned it was.
is this or is it?
It's GUY.
I had it right.
Anagrams. Yeah. And so these are anagrams of countries in the general vicinity of Guyana. So this is South America, Central America, and the Caribbean.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad we have a world map above our heads.
You do have a world map above your head.
Which continents?
South
Okay.
America, Central America, and the Caribbean.
I can read Brazil. But after that, it gets a little fuzzy.
All right, those are your categories.
I guess it's me.
You
Wait, why at you?
because he got the prompt at the beginning of the episode correct.
It not you.
I knew what he did with his boxers.
Oh,
not you,
so that was a. I didn't know that was a prerequisite to getting the board at the beginning.
Yeah, that was my reward.
It was decided after the fact.
Yeah. You would have tried harder.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You didn't give maximum effort for that, Kev?
No.
I'm shocked.
Let's go presidential quotes for 100.
Presidential quotes for 100. Tell me the president. You've got to know if your president's a crook, and I'm
Mike.
not a Mike.
Richard Nixon.
Correct.
That was really loud.
It's the only one I'm going to know.
Oh.
No. Backspace that or put it back.
Control Z.
Bible Man 100.
Bible Man for 1. Bible Man has crazy trip to Damascus. Claims eyes
Kevin.
were Kevin.
Paul.
Correct.
Presidential quotes for 200.
Presidential quotes for 2. Ask not what your country
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kennedy.
Correct.
Presidential quotes for 3.
For 300. I did not have sexual relations.
Andy.
Kevin.
Clinton.
With that woman. Yes.
400.
For 400. The only thing we have to fear is fear.
Kevin?
Kevin.
FDR.
Correct. FDR.
Ooh.
500.
For 5. Well, I can hear you, said this president through a megaphone.
Kevin? Trump?
Incorrect.
Did you say presidential candidate or president?
President.
That's where I was as well.
It's George W. Bush at Ground Zero on the 12th of December, or of September, sorry.
Remember the 12th of December.
What happens on the 12th of December?
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be like Howard Dean or something, but
Is that when the 12 Days of Christmas begins?
No, I think... No, 12 Days of Christmas starts on the 25th, I thought.
Whoa.
No.
That would bleed into January.
It does.
That's like Hanukkah.
Maybe that's one of the holidays.
Hanukkah's like the 8th day of Christmas or something?
I have no idea. The board, I believe, is Kevin's.
600.
For 6. No new taxes, said this president that promptly raised taxes.
I believe if you listen to that on 2 times speed, Kevin was said.
What about on half speed?
did you ring in?
No.
Oh.
I went... Something kind of like that.
Could you please repeat?
No new taxes, said this president that promptly raised taxes.
Like, doesn't this describe like 30 presidents?
This president is famous for saying no new taxes.
I've got 2 guesses, and I want you to guess one, so I can guess the other.
I'm not going for a guess here.
Do you think it's Republican or Democrat?
I'm not going for a guess here.
No.
That was almost like that sound effect where it's like boing.
Yeah, that was the cartoon. Somebody steps on a rake.
Well, okay.
Eddie, you never said hold on.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. That's fine. Can I guess for no point?
Yes.
So I think number 1, my first guess would be Reagan.
Incorrect.
No
Then there was
way.
Carter.
No.
Oh.
I would have guessed either Obama or Biden.
Nope. It was... do you really think Obama or Biden would have said no new taxes?
Yes?
Oh. I feel like they were like, yes, new taxes.
George H.W. Bush.
It was George H.W. Bush. Yeah.
Dang, Farrick. All right.
What?
Watch The Mandalorian. Or don't.
I have.
That's like
That's their thing.
Yeah.
Dang,
It's
Farrick.
it's their gosh darn it.
That's it reminds me of what's that other show? Just, Battlestar Galactica. They've got a word like that on there too. What is it? Frack? Yeah, I think it's frack.
That's a different word. I believe the board belongs to Kevin.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeesh. Let's go with gods and goddesses for 100.
Gods and goddesses for 100. This demigod is the son of Odin and the god of
Kevin?
Kevin?
Thor.
Incorrect.
Mike.
Loki. Correct. Is the god of mischief.
Oh boy.
He's not the son of Odin.
Legally.
Oh my gosh.
Mike.
Oh, yeah. Bible Man 200.
Bible Man for 2. Bible Man uncovers conspiracy at the Persian royal court. Credits cousins behind the scenes work.
Mike. Mordecai.
Correct.
Bible Man 300.
Bible Man for 3. Bible Man finds girl asleep on floor. Marries her.
Huh?
Mike. Boaz.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bible Man 400.
Bible Man for 4. Bible Man refuses to lay with wife. Dies in battle.
Mike. Uriah.
Correct.
500.
Bible Man murders prisoner at the request of dancer.
Mike. Herod.
More specific?
Oh. Herod the Great.
Incorrect.
My problem is I don't know how to distinguish the other Herod from Herod the Great, except for the one that's not Herod the Great, and I don't think he would accept that.
I would not accept Herod not the Great.
There's a word.
There is a word.
You only live once. Kevin. Herod Agrippa.
Incorrect.
Isn't that a word?
It is a word.
You think I'm guessing?
No, I'm just looking at you.
Watch
'cause
out.
you're-
There's quicksand there.
There is.
Yeah. What we're looking for is Herod Antipas. No idea what Antipas means, but
Antipasta?
What's Agrippa?
Agrippa was another ruler during the time of Paul.
Antipasto. Okay.
Well, that's frustrating. Because I said Herod. Bible Man 600.
Bible Man for 6. Bible Man starts uprising, gets swallowed by the earth.
Kevin.
I think you focused on one word.
Yep.
I could probably do a better job at guessing the chapter than I could at guessing the name. Just take the points away from me.
Mike. Cora.
Correct. All right, Mike, the board's yours.
All right, let's go. Let's go Guianograms for 100.
Anagrams for 100. Remember, this is an anagram of a country in South or Central America or the Caribbean.
Kevin has already tilted his head toward the map.
Yep. This is why I put a giant map on the wall, guys.
It's the hardest for me to read. Maybe Andy. I don't know.
I don't have my glasses
Michael
on.
definitely
It's
has an
bad.
advantage here.
With my bad eyesight.
Yeah. All right. Your anagram is giant near,
Can you spell it? The last part?
Near. Giant near.
Andy.
Andy.
Argentina.
Correct.
Guianograms for 2.
Venue zeal.
Andy. Venezuela.
Correct.
Let's go 300.
For 3. Dan's hour. It's Hour. Hour.
Kevin. Honduras.
Correct.
Oh.
Getting there. I had Hora Duns written down.
Oh, you're using your board?
Yeah, like we always do during
that's where we
anagram
have them.
categories.
Okay, I guess we'll see how the strategy pays off in the remaining 3 questions.
Clearly
Bold strategy,
yours,
Cotton. We'll see how that pays off.
Yeah.
yours
all right.
won with
You
4.5
going for?
minutes.
All right, gods and goddesses for 2.
Oh.
Gods and gods and goddesses for 2. This is the Roman god of war and the planet
Kevin.
next.
Mars.
Correct.
3.
For 3. This is the Canaanite god of fertility. He famously didn't burn any altars when Elijah challenged him.
Mike.
Mike.
Baal.
Correct.
Guianograms for 400.
Arab bods.
BODS?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin. Barbados.
Correct.
Gods and goddesses for 4.
This Egyptian sun god shares a
Mike.
name. Mike.
Raw.
Correct. With a Detroit lion.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Guianograms for 500.
Your anagram is aneurysm.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
If only I knew how to spell that.
This is great, guys, from my perspective. Look at you guys just like looking up at the map. In the guest room, the map is about Mike.
Suriname.
Correct. The map is about 30 degrees above the normal looking height, so they're all just looking
Maybe
up.
30 degrees for you guys. We're like,
It's like 75 degrees.
Suriname. Wow. That's
Aneurysm.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's a cool thing. Okay, Guianograms 600.
Anagrams for 6. Adventist Enchanter's Ending.
Oh my goodness.
what?
Adventist Enchanter's Ending.
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
I don't know if it works, but I'm going to guess it. St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
That's correct. I was expecting maybe one of you researching a
Tobago?
honeymoon would have come across St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yeah, I've definitely done some research.
Mm-hmm.
0.
You didn't research your honeymoon?
Not to the point that I got to St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Those Grenadines, man, they're cool.
It's a great band name.
I'll take those
That
points.
is a great band.
Does that have something to do with a Shirley Temple drink?
Grenadine?
Grenadine?
Yeah, it's like a cherry syrup.
Okay.
But he's, well,
I'll take my points.
no.
How many would you like?
All of them.
4.5.
After almost 4 categories, can we get a score update, Mike?
Sure can. Andy's got 300. Kevin's got 900. Mike's got 2,400.
Gods and goddesses for 5.
This is the Greek god of wine and fertility.
Kevin. Bacchus.
Incorrect.
Mike.
Dionysus.
Correct.
My brother's wondering where I pulled that out of.
Yeah, Kevin, such scowl. That's like the kind of scowl that usually comes at me for geography-based things.
I'm having trouble looking at you right now.
I don't know.
Why is that in your head?
Because, well, it bumped out Rowan Atkinson.
Johnny English. God.
Dionysus.
Johnny English remains. It was
Gods and goddesses 600.
For 6. This is the name of the feathered serpent god in the Aztec pantheon.
I'm so far behind. I have to try. Kevin. Quetzalcoatl.
That's correct.
Oh man.
Wow. Yeah, Quetzalcoatl, maybe. I don't know how it's pronounced, but yeah.
COATL in there?
There's a COTL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Great job.
Nicely done. And have you guys heard that
And you
word before?
give me the scowl for Dionysus?
Yeah, that sounds like a Roman word, not a Greek word.
Okay.
Have you heard like Quetzalcoatl before?
I mean, I've heard of it.
Okay. And Mike, you have too?
I've seen it. I
Okay.
didn't know it was a god.
Okay.
I've heard of Oaxacan cheese.
Is there
That's the same.
is there a city named that?
Joaquin Phoenix.
It's something
Or
very
are those
similar.
the ruins? The
Maybe, yeah.
Quetzalcoatl ruins or whatever?
Something
Phoenix
like that.
Rattlers. Rattlesnake. Snakes and ladders.
What are we doing?
Ladder 49.
49ers?
49ers.
Oh, no.
See, it all comes back to the 49ers.
It all comes back to Kevin Bacon.
Ugh. I guess I'll go. This is stupid. And I'll choose federal and religious holidays for 100.
Federal and religious holidays for 100.
Are these like? Is this like federal holidays and also religious holidays, or this is holidays that are federal and religious?
Federal holidays
There's no
and also religious holidays.
Mike, there's a separation of church and state. You know that.
Sorry.
All right. For 100. This holiday occurs on July 4th. Kevin.
Independence Day.
Correct. Kev.
200.
For 2. This holiday occurs on the first Monday of September.
Mike.
Maybe.
I heard Mike.
Labor Day.
Correct.
300.
For 3. This holiday occurs on the last Monday of May.
Kevin. Memorial Day.
Correct.
400.
For 4. This newer holiday is celebrated on June
Mike.
19th. Mike.
Juneteenth.
Correct.
500.
This holiday is celebrated on the first Sunday following the full moon.
Kevin.
Mike.
Kevin.
Easter.
Correct. Following the full moon that occurs on or just after the spring equinox.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
600.
For 6. Celebrated from April 2nd to May 2nd in 2022, this holy month is characterized by... Kevin.
Lent.
Incorrect. By its adherents fasting while the sun is up.
Mike.
Mike.
Ramadan.
Correct. All right, we've got one category to go. Can we get a score update?
Okay.
Andy with 300. Kevin with 1,300. Mike with 4,100.
Mm-hmm. And the board's yours, Mike.
It's a party up in here. Everyone in good moods? Famous buildings for 100.
All right. Famous buildings for 100. This building is famous for an engineering defect causing it to pause.
Andy.
Help.
I said it louder.
Was it Mike?
I didn't even hear his. I thought I beat Andy. I didn't hear Mike.
I thought I felt more confident in that one than the last one you gave me. But
Andy was so loud that I didn't hear. I didn't know that you buzzed, Kev.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, this is the first.
Can we check the tape?
I didn't know you buzzed either.
Yeah. Here. Okay, we're back after some investigation of the recording track.
Way too long of an instant replay for a 100-point question.
I don't know. Like
but I mean,
NFL
for the
refs take way
listeners-
longer than that.
For the listeners, this will be like 2 seconds of silence, maybe.
It'll be like as long as between when Mike and I said it and when Andy said it.
Yeah, so we discovered that Andy came in at roughly 8 billion decibels.
That's metric.
Yeah, a half second after Kevin Mike rang in, and through a lot of zooming in, we've determined that Mike
Maybe.
got it. Well, there was some sound going through Kev's microphone, but we don't know what it was.
The
By 0.02 seconds.
general sound of his brain working. All right, so
Not this game.
No, you can't repeat the question. We've determined this.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, based on what I heard and what I remember, I'm going to say the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
That is correct. The Leaning Tower of Pisa for 100.
Can we get back to the Jeopardy board?
You don't want to just watch our recording audio?
There's only one category left.
Yeah, let's go 200 of that category.
Built in 80 AD, this circular building hosted many gladiatorial
Kevin.
games. Kevin.
The Coliseum.
Correct.
300.
This is the tallest building in the world.
Mike.
Burj Khalifa.
Correct.
Sitting on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe because you've been there and I haven't. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Well, they won't even hear this.
I know. That's why I'm saying that.
400.
This Indian building is actually a magnificent... Andy.
Taj Mahal.
That's correct.
It's so magnificent.
Magnificent
500.
tomb built by a Mughal emperor for his wife.
A Mughal emperor?
Mughal.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not what...
Oh,
Andy.
You know that he just made this the Daily Double because he was running out of questions, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to do it."
How many points do I
That's
have?
100% true.
How many points do I have?
I have no idea. Mike?
You have 700. It looks like,
Let's just make it a
Sorry,
true.
I'm looking for a racquetball.
because that's important.
Yeah. Let's make it a true.
Yep.
To my left foot it is.
Do they left foot be true?
All right, your Daily Double, Andy.
Yeah.
Sitting in New York at the corner of 5th Avenue and Broadway, this building is a triangle.
What is the UN building?
That's incorrect.
Ooh.
The Daily Bugle.
No. But it might be. I don't know. In fiction.
Oh, it's not actually. Well, I know what you're talking about now.
The correct answer is
I know what it is. I don't know what the name of it is.
the Flatiron Building.
Yeah, the Flatiron. It's not actually like a triangle, though.
Well, it's not it's not like a perfect triangle.
I was thinking like more of like.
It has 3 sides.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Because Broadway is a diagonal
600.
street in an otherwise perfect grid. Can't have those. Yeah. All right, 600. Last clue on the board. This building was the largest church in the world for almost 1,000 years. And then it was the largest mosque in the world. Mike.
The Hagia Sophia.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
For another almost 500 years until it became a museum. Well, that's the board.
Thank you for the board.
What are the scores?
Going into Final Jeopardy, which I'm sure we have.
Yeah.
And
As surely as we have a Daily Double, we have a Final Jeopardy.
Andy had 0 points, which he lost on the true. Kevin's got 1,500 and Mike's got 5,100.
This will be fun.
But the same numbers as Kevin.
All right, your Final Jeopardy category is Holland.
Holland?
Holland. No.
Sorry. I apologize for that joke.
Mm.
All right, we've got wagers in. The clue is this. In the Netherlands in 1634, a collector paid 1,000 pounds of cheese, 4 oxen, 8 pigs, and 12 sheep, and a bed and a suit of clothes for this.
Can you please repeat?
In the Netherlands in 1634, a collector paid 1,000 pounds of cheese, 4 oxen, 8 pigs, 12 sheep, a bed, and a suit of clothes for this.
Andy looks so confident.
I mean, I feel like the category was. Well, you got that out of the book, didn't you? Oh, dang it.
But it's not the normal book. This is previously mentioned in a different episode. Trivia for the toilet.
Oh, I thought of another one I don't like. Trivia beneath the toilet.
I find it disturbing that you're holding that while eating Pringles.
Cheese Pringles?
No.
It's a toilet book.
All right, let's reveal. Andy, for fun, said windmill or clogs.
Is that like Golem guessing 2 things in Bilbo's pocket?
Wow.
Nothing. Or string.
Kevin said a Gutenberg Bible. And Mike said a wife. We are looking for a tulip.
Oh, wow. That was my second guess.
Yeah, a single tulip.
Sorry, you don't get any points for your second guess.
I would have given Andy all the points he wagered for his second guess if it was right.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted clogs
One
to be right.
tulip?
Yeah.
Why?
From what I understand,
The toilet book said,
no. From what I understand, tulips around that time, like in the early 1600s, there was just a bubble market created. Like the first one, like really on record, where like prices were just soaring because people were buying them just so they could sell them later for more.
You mean like NFTs?
Yeah. Or real estate in 2007.
You wouldn't know anything about that, Andy.
Nope. Definitely not.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I once had a math teacher who...
me too.
Yeah. Isn't that... It's great. Now we can both do Nerdle. I had a math teacher who ordered tulips from Holland, and so Skagit Valley shipped them over to Holland, and then they shipped them back to Washington State where she lived.
That's great.
Yeah, pretty great. I guess technically they were in Holland at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So final scores, just to recap: Andy 0, Kevin 0, Mike 3,100.
This seems to happen quite a bit.
I don't know what happened. Why I had such a dominant game.
These categories were pretty centric, I would say. Like, if we can look at the categories again, I don't know if we can.
Mm-hmm.
So famous buildings, they're everywhere. You're kind of a world traveler. Gods and goddesses, again, there's a kind of an international flavor. You're the only one of us that's married to somebody from overseas, by the way. Guyanagrams, same thing. Bible man, you've preached more sermons than all of us, the rest of us put together. And federal and religious holidays. Maybe that could have been anyone's category, but also, again,
1,200 point swing on Lent Ramadan.
Again, marrying someone of kind of a interesting international and religious descent in some ways. I just
She sounds so interesting.
I just feel like this category caters to you way more than this board caters to you way more than Andy and myself.
Yeah, I think it probably away from Andy, I would think. I was thinking buildings and the end of quotes maybe would be Andy.
I felt good about quotes.
Yeah.
You make it sound like my wife is like the Sikh Countess of Swaziland or something.
You only know what a countess is because of the previous
do you know? Do you know if that's not true, Mike?
Is Swaziland a country?
Yeah. I think so. Yes, it is.
Part of Russia, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Could be.
let's ask.
Well, cool. I mean, of course, I'm thankful. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Thank you, listeners. Remember that there was a secret phrase sometime during this episode. So
That's
please submit your guess with who uttered the secret phrase and what that phrase was.
Is
Send
this
that-
where I remind you to?
This is. Please also remind our listeners to remember that there was a secret phrase. Remember that you can submit those to theguestroompodcast@gmail.com. We will let you know via email if you were correct, and we will enter you into a drawing if you were correct for the end of the month to receive some sweet Guest Room merch. Remember that you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/theguestroompodcast. Multiple tiers. You can receive a shout out. You can receive some merch. You can get the ability to collaborate with us and submit content onto the show. You can what else? I know I'm missing some. There's exclusive content only for the patrons of our show. So we appreciate you guys, and we're always uploading two new episodes a month to that specific Patreon feed. So we appreciate you guys for supporting us. Please leave us a rating on your podcast app of choice. Let your friends know that you love the show. If you live in Phoenix and you know us, come up and tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of. We always appreciate those conversations.
If you live in Tucson and know us, also come up, but drive safely.
And maybe move here.
Yeah.
Consider.
Yeah, Tucson.
I've got this running theory that Tucson doesn't exist.
You're not bad people.
You just live in a bad place.
Yeah.
Here's okay. I know we weren't going for banter here, but here's my version of Tucson. That like when I'm there, here's how I envision it. Like there was a civilization of people that used to live there, and built part of the city, and moved away, or something happened to them, and they were gone. And then there was a new nomadic people that moved in and built part of the city, and this happened several times. And we're on group like 6 or 7 at this point in time, and the city is just like this ridiculous conglomeration of different styles and colors, and nobody really feels like a sense of ownership of the city, and they're just all there.
Is that where there's like different speed limits based on the time of day? I'm pretty sure somewhere in Tucson I saw a sign that was like at night 15, at day 30. It was like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Do you think people there have ended up there intentionally or by accident?
That's my point.
No way.
Like it feels like everyone is just there by accident.
Well,
Yeah, no, I bet if you, I bet everybody in Tucson, if given the opportunity, would move away from Tucson, right?
Everyone?
No, but like the people that they care about,
place.
the people that they care about in Tucson are also leaving Tucson, so they can do it as a group, right?
Oh,
If you
good
give
point.
everyone like a no cost to them, like you and all the people you care about, let's plant you future 404 freeway in Phoenix, they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
By the way, for those of you that live outside of the state of Arizona, we're talking about Tucson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, listeners. Thank you, KD. Thank you guys for letting me crush you. And as always, farewell.